Hi, loves, and welcome back to Metamorphosis, a Healing Journey. It's your favorite host, Tyra Wright. Today's episode is real, it's honest, and it's something I know a lot of us don't talk about enough. What does it look like to become a mother when you didn't have the example you needed? I became a mother at 19, and I want to be honest here. I didn't have a blueprint. I didn't grow up seeing what healthy motherhood looked like. What I did have was a perfect example of what I didn't want to become. And sometimes that's all you get. By the age of 17, my mother and I weren't even speaking. I was on my own trying to figure out life without guidance, without support, without direction. So when I became a mother, I wasn't stepping into it from a place of being taught. I was stepping into it from a place of survival. And there's a difference. When I had my first child, my mother and I would talk here and there, but it wasn't the kind of relationship where I can lean on her for advice. So everything I did as a mother, I had to learn on my own. Every decision, every mistake, every moment of doubt. I was learning while raising a child at the same time. And if you've ever been there, you know how heavy that feels. Because you are not just responsible for yourself anymore. You're responsible for shaping a life. One thing I realized early on, I had a choice. I could repeat what I experienced or I could break it. And breaking generational cycles isn't easy. It requires awareness, it requires accountability, and it requires healing while you're still in the middle of living. There were moments I had to pause and ask myself, am I reacting from pain or am I responding from growth? Because when you don't heal, you repeat. And when you decide to heal, you transform. And that's where the real work begins. By the age of 23, I became a single mom with 2 children. 2 little girls looking up to me, depending on me, and I was still trying to figure my own life out. That season was hard. The struggle became real. There were days I didn't know how I was going to make it emotionally, mentally, or financially. But I kept going. Because when you're a mother, quitting isn't an option. My girls became my reason, even when I felt lost. I had to lead. And through all of that, I still tried to build a life. I dated, I loved, I even got married. Trying to balance healing, motherhood, relationships. It wasn't perfect, but it was real. Because life doesn't pause while you're figuring things out. You're healing while you're still living. Looking back, I didn't have the perfect example, but I became one. And that's what I want you to understand today. You don't need a perfect past to create a powerful future. Breaking cycles isn't about being perfect. It's about intentional. It's about choosing differently, even when it's hard. This week's affirmations. I am breaking cycles that were never meant to continue. I am becoming the example I needed growing up. I trust myself to make decisions that align in growth. My past does not define the mother I am becoming. I am strong enough to build a better future for my children. This week's journal prompt. What patterns from my childhood do I refuse to repeat? In what ways have I already broken generational cycles? What kind of parents do I want my children to remember me as? How did becoming a mother change the way I see myself? What does healing look like for me in this current season of life? This week reflection prompt. Am I living from survival or am I learning how to live from intention? If no one has told you this, I am proud of you for choosing to do better, for choosing to grow, for choosing to heal, even when it hurts. You are the cycle breaker, and that is powerful. Remember, loves, I heal me for me so that I can learn to love me properly. Until next time, love. Bye. Mwah.